Youth of La there who say they will not relent in their quest to reclaim their lands, which they allege is being encroached upon by the military on Thursday. On Thursday, April 15, 2021, some military officials beat and chased away demonstrators protesting over the alleged encroachment of the last two lands. Some of the media personnel who were there to cover the protest were also beaten up and manhandled by some of the soldiers at the scene. According to Oscar Glover, president of the coalition of La Association, they will do everything within their power to take back their lands.
Required papers were going on to ensure that that land is reversed to us. So immediately we heard the military have started developing the land, we organized our brothers and sisters from the La, some from Teshi, some from Osunungwa, Gamashi, Choko, and we went there to ascertain how much the state is cheating the people of Ghana. Now it has become a Ghana affair. It is not a La affair, because the state is taking things that belongs to the natives and they are using it without the requisite agreement between our people and the military, or our people and lands. So we went there. We went there with our sticks. We went there without stones. We went there without anything that was harmful to man. So we went in peace. But the military came there as if we were going for an Afghanistan type of war. The press was there and they saw it. The amount of guns. We have at least 2 gun bullets in our custody now to ensure that there was shooting at the place. In fact, it was the shooting that forced our people to run away. And then they started beating us. I was not among those who ran away. When the military returned, they met me and I also had my share of beating. You can see my thumb, how swollen it is. And I have marks behind me. We have all ladies from this state, some of our fetish priests who were beaten mercilessly. And some are up to now. We have 3 people who are now hospitalized. So you can see how much the military came there, the intention with which they came, and they executed their intention fairly well to their satisfaction. We are happy. Right. Now we know how far Ghana wants to take us. Right.
Oscar Glover also reveals that chiefs from the La Traditional Council will be meeting the Minister for Land and Natural Resources over resolving this matter.
Now, today our council will be meeting the lands, and we are sure and praying to the Almighty God that something good will come out, something satisfactory. The military should not make their mind that they will put pressure on us to give them the land. It can't be possible. You can see this place. We need to develop La lands. We need to develop La. We are now in slums and we can't ever live in it. We have to develop, we have to educate our children. What we have is our lands. We don't have gold here, neither do we have cocoa here. The one who brought cocoa to Ghana comes from La. Although it does not, people don't mention it. Now, but we don't get anything from this. So what we have is our land, and our land is our asset. And that is what our fathers died for, and they gave it to us. We will not live for the land to go away. Then it's better we all die than the land goes. This time, we are calling all our people of the Gadangme Council. All the Gadangme, that this is the suffering of La. They should all come to our aid. And we'll tell the military that they are to safeguard the country. They are not to molest us. Right.
Now, the Commissioner of the Ghana Revenue Authority, retired Kwejo Damwa, has issues with operatives of the National Security allegedly blocking officials of the Ghana Revenue Authority from inspecting some goods. The examination of the goods is critical in the calculation of duties to be paid. In an interview with my colleague Winston Amwa here on the Joy News channel on the Upfront show, Kwejo Damwa described the development as embarrassing and unacceptable.
At the airport, the overall security of the airport is vested in an institution. It's not in the hands of customs. If you go to the seaports, the same arrangement. The overall security of that place is vested in a state institution. So the only thing is that in playing our rules, we need to recognize the fact that others also play rules that complement or that would feed into ours. So I understand that the overall security arrangements at the airport is not vested in customs. That's why I agree. But customs, when it gets to revenue and aspects of security, customs have a role to play, and that role is mandated by statutes, by rules, by regulations, legislative.
And that should be adhered to.
And that should be allowed to work. Because if you don't allow the customs officer to do his work, and you arrogate it to yourself, and you say, I have, first and foremost, let me make this point clear. We have some aura of suspicion around ourselves, and that somehow affects this whole beautiful architecture of interstate institutional arrangement. Somebody thinks that, okay, let me do this because I think this person is doing that. But if you look at the customs way of doing things, everything has an inbuilt mechanism to deal with every eventuality. So we will just have to be allowed to do what we have to.
And ever since you've made that call, has that happened again? Have your officers complained?
Yes. It's not like it's gone, it's there. Even after
they're still being prevented.
I had a lot of calls, and my officers were saying, yes, this one, you've hit the nail right on the head, because this humiliation is still ongoing. And I had discussed it at some other levels, so I didn't want them to think that nothing was being done. But it's something that really is of concern, that we are working in the same environment, and then not that you want to go there for any thing of your own, but for official duties, and yet you are restricted in your movement. You are allowed to go to some parts and not others.
By the port security?
Yes.
Well, the Ghana Revenue Authority exceeded its revised revenue target of 42.7 million cedis last year by mobilizing over 45 million. Following the achievement, the authority has set for itself a target of 60 million cedis for this year. But the money could be more if revenue leakages are blocked. Kwejo Damwa says the authority is working on that.
Last year, for instance, because of COVID, we had to suspend a lot of audit activities because it meant that sending teams, and because the aim was as much as possible to use electronic means to do things, we were not able to do a lot of the physical post-clearance audit. It had to be virtual, using the same documents that were used to clear the goods. So if you were not to have the opportunity to go physically to check and compare with what you have by way of documentation, then you still risk not realizing the maximum revenue from these transactions.
Retired Damwa there, speaking with Winston Amwa on Upfront here on the Joy News channel. Now, the Central Region Police Command says it is adequately resourced to deal with what residents of Kasoa believe to be an alarming crime rate. The call to action in Kasoa and its environs following news of that two teenagers allegedly killing a 10-year-old boy for money rituals. Throughout this week, we have put the spotlight on what residents believe to be the cause of the crime rate, highlighted personal stories of victims of crimes and the way forward. Maxwell Agbagba has been our man on the beat. Here is a wrap of his report this week.
This is the spot where 42-year-old Stephen was standing when he was accosted by two men on a motorbike. We understand from eyewitnesses that they asked for his money, and that was followed with a gunshot. They made away and bolted with the money. But this place was buzzing with activities like these. Eyewitnesses say it was too late to pursue the robbers. His wife, Mamiesi Ankuma, has been narrating to me how she got to know of the killing.
Some hours time, Nami, I'm afraid the phone.
They shot him and bolted with his money. I called his phone some hours later. A man answered and said his phone is at the police station. He lied to me that my husband was involved in an accident. We are not safe here at Kasoa Opekuma. Every day we hear issues of theft, murder and other vices. We are begging authorities to come to our aid because we are not safe here.
It is a hot afternoon and I'm in the alleyways of a part of the refugee camp where many consider to be the den of criminals. Only young people seem to live here. Their lifestyle possibly earned the place that negative tag. Here, I've met Yusuf Haruna, considered by his peers as the unofficial king of the central region. He says he does not dispute the claim that some criminals use the camp as a hideout, but says there are some good people who live here.
Even sometimes some people use to come and find people's here to go and rob. I was here where one boy came to me, said, oh, also some woman come here, say she says for guys. Why say me they bring the woman? As they bring the woman, as he see me as a Rasta man, he say no, she can tell me her problem. So this one is a pregnant woman, and she tell me that she need a boys, make they go rob one man at Sodru. You know easy at Sodru. With that man, they make a service and loan. They are going to call one policeman. The policeman dressed like we normal street boys. The policeman can't listen to the woman, everything. What the woman tell me, she say it again in the front of. When later she even say the man is a pastor. He's a man of God. If you rob the man and will not kill the man will later come and find out that she is the one who made the rob him. Where the man goes. So as she was going, then they will bring police people, the police people make what catch her.
Kelvin Jackson is an ex-convict. He was jailed for 10 years. He's Liberian and has lived in Ghana for 24 years. He says just like any other community, there are some bad residents amongst them.
You people come on this camp and you people can cut those people who are strangers on this camp. Always cutting us. Me like this, okay, good. If I can smoke, do I know the way from here to the farm? I'm a foreigner. Do I move from here to go for the smoke? It's bad. There are too many nationalities in this place and I'm pissed up with it.
I'm now at the residence of a spiritualist, Sheikh Ibrahim Ya Latif, who lives very close to Kasoa. We sit on an animal skin with our legs crossed. He says his advice to his clients is purely from the Quran. Malam Ibrahim Ya Latif told me many young people contact him on how to get rich quick and also how to win the hearts of women. He says he encourages them to rather focus on their education.
Among some of the Malam who teaches, I teach the Quran, the meaning of the Quran in Hausa language. Young boys at the age of schooling, let's say from 20 years downwards.
Maxwell Agbagba there. Well, the Central Region Police Command says it will work closely with Joy News in dealing with the matter of insecurity. DSP Irene Opong speaks for the Central Region Police.
Cases are being reported. And again, as police officers, we move with information. We will be liaising with Maxwell to get some of the information that he just shared on air so that we can strategize and also get more information from where he went. Again, what we are saying is that we know that when you get to Budumbram and its environs, a lot of vehicular patrols from the divisional headquarters.
Meanwhile, a study conducted on the security situation in Kasoa has revealed that the swelling population in the area is gradually overwhelming the police. Well, Dr. James Opokuwari has been conducted research. We'll tell you about that research right after this break. You're welcome back. Residents of Tsunafo in the Etiwa West district of the Eastern region are complaining about the lack of potable water in their community and have made a direct appeal to President Kuffuor to intervene and bring an end to the decade-old challenge. The angry residents also describe as deceit the $1 million per constituency water project the administration started in its first term, but which is yet to deliver any water. The community members tell Joy News the mere sight of the project, which has now become a white elephant, puts them in great distress. Latif Idris has more.
The Tsunafo community has a total population of about 4,000 people who are mainly into cocoa farming, a trade they inherited from their ancestors and are determined to leave behind for their children to continue. Though the main town in the area, potable water has eluded them for decades. There was therefore great expectations when the Special Development Initiative Ministry commenced work on a water project to supply potable water at last.
On the tank in BC Honomono, on in so baku crant, you could be said this crowd or so.
It's been 4 years since they commenced work on this water project, and not a single drop of water has run through it. We continue to drink from unwholesome sources, and that is causing infections among the population.
No doso. Into a sub by say, since you know, on be a white elephant now, ye who near Ober Boyano, Momo dia so baby in Sunama and watching ya.
Yes, a man. So baby Biara sa $1 million and one constituency, she cannot question. Yes, Raffle, Achima Raffle. Yes, you come on.
We appeal to governments to retrieve the $1 million and complete the project for us. This is a stronghold of the MPP, and we don't deserve this. The District Assembly's plan to set up a mini pump station for the provision of potable water also hit a snag when a strong wind blew away the storage tank. The challenge of the people, though, is that since the devastation by the strong wind, nobody from the Assembly has followed up to fix the problem.
From the District Assembly. So when this the problem came, they never bought it. And the problem is still here that there are some, I don't know how to use them, unscrupulous and devilish people who don't, they just don't want any improvement in the town.
We badly need water in this community. They have made promises to restore the water tank, but that hasn't happened.
The people say attempts to get the assembly to restore the water tank and other accessories have proven futile. Everyone in the community thought the $1 million per constituency project was going to end the era of drinking from unwholesome sources. But now that it has become a white elephant, the people can only wait on government to find a permanent fix to their age-old problem.
Latif Idris with that story there. Now, motorists who ply the Tema oil refinery Kuffuor Road are lamenting the poor state of the stretch which connects the Tema harbour to Kuffuor. Roads Minister Kasoa in August last year cut short for the reconstruction of the road in 24 months. But 8 months on, the project is still yet to take off. According to users of the road, mostly fuel tanker and heavy-duty vehicle drivers, tow and harbour, the motorable nature of the road is impeding productivity. My colleague Manuel Kranting has been speaking to some of them who want the road fixed immediately.
This entire tour to Kuffuor Road is sandwiched by a lot of OMCs. We've seen a lot of the fuel. In fact, there are a lot of tank farms. And so as a tankers park there, this is the same road that they ply. And that puts a lot of pressure on the road. We're told that this road, which is about 7.2 kilometers, is going to have the initial 2 kilometers, covered in concrete. And then the rest, which is 5 kilometers, will be covered by asphalt. But for almost a year since the sod was cut by the Honorable Roads Minister, well, they tell me that the contractor is yet to come on site. It's thick dust that is formed into the atmosphere. For other road users, this is a nuisance and it's even causing them health hazards. And as you can see, this road is subject to heavy-duty vehicles, not only the saloon cars, which are taxis and so on. And so he's trying to fix, just parked at the vulcanizer and trying to fix it. My boss, now,
Pacho, your friend Echo, me you open road in so.
Okay.
Now road in any on Friday, I'm spring in a boo. And so this is I'm quarter spring for me scanning or some face old one back is now the title so I'm the human. I quantity and your cry.
It's a quantity will spring the buoy.
I quantity mamma spring in the buoy because the way I port tools I quantity and etutunu. And I'm one number Kakakwana at Chiacosia, but to make boo spring. Because I can't on my dasodia, almost no quantity daso to be also correct.
So just a few meters away from that vulcanizer we just spoke to, but this track is also broken down, and you can see the men busily working to try and revive it, and it's all because of the bad state of the road. My boss, the road. You said the road do what?
The road no good because the road they be chaka zala. You know good. Because the road, you saw my car.
It can take about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because of the bad road, we don't want anything for the government. Make it try to do this road from GTP roundabout to Pong.
Okay.
Make it do for years. Because this road is a busy road. It's road where it can hide. It be a boom profit for the Ghana.
Okay. I just try to speak to a few of the people here. But taxi driver, now road is sanity here.
Maza, roadway there. A bad road, I say Porto cra, a manhole ankasa. Nti ye ejuma oswa, ye brankasa even obeko shops and obenye ska obenye obeko shops and boy.
This is just one of the trucks. And in a day you could have as many as 500 of these trucks moving to and fro, and that's it. Boss, now road no sanity.
Basa, road no dey yan kana asemu. Munja jaja, say sakwa be fa hokura na eyem hihie.
We hihie mo.
Because ekwa ni nye. Enti munga ja aban no won bo mode no hwe no mbo aboa because ekwa ni nye kwa kitwa. Traffic wa ha no kura na e bia endorse kura che motor we die kura because padudu o ha pa.
Manuel Kranting with that report. The story of a 37-year-old woman suffering from breast cancer who was sent away from home together with her 9-year-old child by her husband that we brought to you weeks ago has received some support and some attention from you. Some of you have sent in various sums of money, and put all together we're running into some 2,000 Ghana cedis to start with her initial treatment. Abu, as we call her, is grateful for the support. She is also asking for your prayers, especially during this holy month of Ramadan. Correspondent Peter Seno, together with health officials managing Abu, presented the cash to her.
Abu's plea for help has yielded some results. Cash amount of 2,000 Ghana cedis from donors has been presented to Abu to start with her initial treatment. Abu could not hide her emotions about the gesture to her as she broke down with tears before able to muster courage to express her appreciation.
Abusiafo, we de misrama, ambone bia baba enso ha. We de mumbuame, mo amunsa mo bi no mumbuame. Ni aba no nya de ebeso. Nso misrama no mumbuame. Mayembi nso ho. Nyankopon so ndam ase.
Some help has come, but it would not suffice. Those of you who have to support, please help. God bless everyone who has helped. I also ask you to help me this fasting and prayer month.
One day I know she can duka meshe tanyeni. Bana de shibani bande shi babana bashi na ba mana. Ama kutanyeni. Ramadan gaduka kutanyeni. The chief imam duka kutanyeni. Kwe tanyeni samu lafia na samu lafia. Na gode ma Allah.
One of Abu's co-tenants, Stella, says Abu is struggling with her condition. She is also asking for more support for her. It is not pleasant to see her in pain. Some of you have helped, but it is not enough. We plead for more support for her.
Madel. Atami de kukuna fanameto. No akpedemianti.
Abu's mother was also present at the presentation. I thank you. God bless you all. I don't have the means to support my daughter. Please help me. The district director for health in the Byakuya district, Rita Urapa, whose team is taking care of Abu, led the presentation. She is grateful, but also asking for more support for her, as the total cost for her treatment could cost as much as 20,000 Ghana cedis.
I just want to thank everyone that contributed to this worthy cause. This money that we have raised, 2,000, is going to do something. From the look of things, it will cost about 20,000 because we need to do blood transfusion, lab investigations, X-ray before the chemo can be done or chemotherapy can be done, after which surgery will take place. And the chemotherapy, she needs to do about 3-4 times at a start. Then she will do others before the surgery can be started. So we are still appealing for more donations in terms of cash and kind.
Peter Senu for Joy News.
Peter Senos reports there. That's a very chilling one. Now, from 20,000, out of 20,000, they've only made 2,000. At the moment, they're calling for more help. As you can see in the video, the breast is fast deteriorating and needs some help. The Minister for Information, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, says the need to find a common ground to legislate against negative broadcasting practices, including ritualists in the media and the showing of pornography, among others, makes it imperative to enact a broadcasting law. Speaking at a consultative meeting with stakeholders on broadcasting in Ghana, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah said he believes the broadcasting law, when enacted into law, the broadcasting bill, when enacted into law, will deal with the challenges in the broadcasting space. For her part, Minister for Communications and Digitization admonished all stakeholders in broadcasting to come to the table to help enact the broadcasting law, which will be fit for purpose. My colleague Kuffuor Asante is at the consultative meeting. He's joining me with more. Hello, Kuffuor. Kuffuor, it looks like I don't have a very smooth run with you at the... Yeah, it's not very smooth at your end there. Let's reposition and see if we can do this once again. Like I said, Kuffuor Asante, my colleague, is monitoring the consultative meeting, the stakeholders consultative meeting being held, led by the Information Minister, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, looking at how to sanitize the media space. Kuffuor Asante is monitoring that meeting for us and is joining me via Zoom. Kojo, Kuffuor, let's try this again. Hello, Kuffuor.
Hello.
Yes, I hear you now, Kuffuor. We know that the National Media Commission has been at this meeting. What has the NMC been saying? They've been sharing their frustration and on demands from the public on their lack of authority to meet those demands.
Right. According to the Executive Director of the National Media Commission, there have been expectations on the National Media Commission, especially on the back of the killing of the 11-year-old boy, Kasoa, with some calling on them to clamp down on ritualists on TV stations, money doublers, and other things. They've been saying that it's very important for the National Media Commission to stamp its authority. But according to Mr. Yabodo Ayebwafo, the National Media Commission is helpless because they do not have the power to do the kind of things that people are demanding of them and the kind of things people are expecting of them. And so they don't have the power. And that is the reason why they are very, very happy that this broadcasting bill is coming in to come and fix all some of those challenges that the media space faces. And so for them, they support totally the introduction of this bill to Parliament to be passed into law to regulate the media space.
Briefly, what will this consultative meeting, or what is it seeking to achieve?
Right, so this meeting is seeking to bring on board all stakeholders in the media, the Ghana Journalists Association, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, the Media Foundation for West Africa, the National Communication Authority, and all other relevant stakeholders in the media and broadcasting facility to be able to seek bills and finalize the bill properly and send it to Parliament for Parliament to be able to pass it. And so what the Minister for Communication actually made a point when she took the podium and said that it's very important for all stakeholders to come on board and make their views known now. Because if you don't, and then the law is passed, and then you come back later and say that it could have been this way, it could have been that way, then you have not been patriotic or that you have not been paying attention, because that is the reason why they are putting together this consultative forum, consultative meeting, to be able to collate the views from all people in the sector to be able to channel to Parliament a bill that is fit for purpose.
Have they been talking about any timelines at all?
Right, there's not been given any timelines. I've been trying to ask the information minister what they're trying to do, kind of general information he's given is that they want to put the bill before Parliament when Parliament meets in May. Again, you know, Parliament is on break now, so when Parliament returns from their break in May, what the information minister is saying that they hope that they put this bill to Parliament. And they've been saying that this bill is in tandem with the Right Information Bill, which was passed a few years ago. And it took a number of years before that bill was passed. And so they are hoping that this bill does not have to go through the same challenges that this law, Right Information Law, went through.
Kweku, thank you very much. Kweku Asante, they're monitoring for us that consultative meeting on broadcasting. You're watching Joy News today with me, Gifty Ando Apia. Let's take a very quick break. When we return, we look at what's happening in the world of business. You're welcome to business now. The Ghana Statistical Service will be announcing the full-year gross domestic product growth rate of the country for the year 2020 from the Central Regional Capital, Cape Coast, next week. This is also part of activities to mobilize support for the upcoming census activity. Government statistician Professor Kobina Enim believes that the move will open up the operations of the agency at the local level.
Q4 GDP for 2020, and because of the census activities, which requires that we do significant publicity, education, and advocacy, we're taking the release to the central region and take advantage of that to mobilize support for both the census and also release the GDP, that is the annual GDP for 2020 and Q4 GDP for 2020. The census undertaking is a process, so we're going to precede the listing of structures with the training of our field officers, that is the 75,000 enumerators and supervisors from the 31st of May 2021 to the 9th of June 2021. We entreat all persons to be part of the process because census undertaking is a collective responsibility. We are identifying with two cardinal objectives, and these objectives are that we are associating with the Sustainable Development Goals. We don't want to leave anybody behind. That is why the census for the first time is doing a digital census where tablets will be used in collecting data. Geospatial resources are with us ahead of the census activities. So for instance, we have the georeferencing points for all the 51,921 enumeration areas that we have, and our data collection personnel, that is the enumerators, would be checked to ensure that data that they sync to the head office during the data collection period would come from these georeference periods.
As the government statistician, the latest data from the Bank of Ghana continues to support claims of a strong rebound in the economy. The data further shows that the economy may now have recovered significantly from the shocks of the first wave of COVID-19. Figures show also that the country has exceeded its target by 3 billion cedis compared with the same period last year. Philip Abredu Otu is the Director of Research at the Bank of Ghana.
Governor said that based on the data he saw, he had seen business confidence data, he had seen consumer confidence data. Actually, business confidence and consumer confidence softened a little bit. It softened because at the time that we went into the market to get the information from respondents. We had the specter of the second wave moving around, and in the first quarter we saw more deaths than we had ever seen in this country. Last year we did not see that much. So that specter of the second COVID coming, more people dying, it sort of dented business and consumer confidence. In the responses that we had, businesses were worried that the second wave might result in another closure, which was going to impact their business severely. And therefore, they were not as bullish as they were in the previous survey round. And you would see we were upfront, we were clear in our statement that business confidence had gone down.
Well, some details for you there on the outlook of the economy in business. Let's do sports next, and Muftau Nabila is standing by with it.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me for the sports segment on Joy News today. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Just how important is Fabio Gama for Kumasi Asante Kotoko? Head coach of the team, Mariano Barreto, believes that the Brazilian, who will be missing his services against Olympics later this afternoon, is one star man who has played an influential role for the club. However, he's got quality players to replace him when they come up against the Wonder Club at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Brazilian received a third yellow card when the Porcupines defeated Brecum Chelsea on match day 19 of the Premier League. Gama have provided 3 assists and scored 2 goals in 3 matches since the second round commenced about 2 weeks ago. He's been deemed as one of the most influential players for Mariano Barreto's side. However, the Portuguese insist he will have a very good setup against Great Olympics later today.
There are one thing I'm sure we will start with 11. And we will start with our best 11. So we will start that match. I think he will give all the confidence for us that he will do the best to keep the chance to play. So this is the way.
The Porcupines have at least 6 injury situations to deal with, but some of the players, notably Sarkodie and Keke, have resumed training but might not be available for the game against the Wonder Club. Barreto says they are working to ensure every player is fully fit to keep the team in good shape.
We are recovering some of our injured players. Sarkodie are coming this week training free. Taylor is starting.
Asante Kotoko currently sits at the summit of the league table with 34 points, whilst Great Olympics are second with 33 points.
Time now for showbiz with me, Noella Karen Yali. An actress Akiapin Polo born Rosamond Brown has been handed a 90-day jail sentence by an Accra Circuit Court over naked pictures with her son. Now, the conviction that happened today comes after she posted a naked picture with her son on Instagram celebrating his 7th birthday. Handing her judgment, Christiana Khan expressed discontent with the alarming rate with which nudity has become a thing in the country's social media space. She said it's important the court takes sanctions for the message to go down with everyone, that what you share on social media, especially when it comes to nudity, is wrong. But the actress has been speaking via a video she shared on social media that's following her sentencing.
Hi guys, as you know, this is your one and only sexy polo, Akiapin Polo, Rosamond Brown. I just want to use this opportunity to say thanks to all my legends who supported me. I saw the hashtag, especially Regina Stone, Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Bridget Otu, Hajia Forreal, Akuma Mazimbi, DKB. Oh, I can't mention it all, please. I saw all this, all the bloggers who used the platform to support me. I saw the hashtag. I love you. I know you people love me, and I love you too. The bloggers, mommy, those go celebrity. I know you love me. I'm stubborn, but you still show me love. I saw the money you sent, mommy, for my son. We are grateful. Guys, you know your girl is strong. Sometimes in life, you have to pass through some things to make you strong, to get to somewhere. I know it's a test. I have to go through. I'm strong, you guys know. Please, all that I need is your prayers and your support. Your girl will be back with you guys. I love you. Thank you, Tunde. Thank you, all my Nigerian celebrities. Thank you, all my Ghana celebrities, all over the world who are supporting me. Yeah, Jackson, I love you.
And that was Rosemond Adade Brown. But away from that, let's talk about the newest owner of a 2020 Range Rover Velar. And I'm talking about musician Kwame Eugene. Now, he was gifted that car by the producers of Abdunko Bitters for his diligent work as ambassador for their energy drink.
I did a job as a brand ambassador to represent the brand. That's what I did my job for. And I think he actually paid me for this. He paid me for being a brand ambassador for Adonko Next Level. So I didn't expect this. Because, I mean, it's like buying something and they give you what you deserve after buying the thing. So I took my price and I just did my job. And I think, I don't know, I don't really know what I did so extraordinary. So I just tried my best and I figured I should do the job well. I did it well and this reward came. So I give glory to God and thank you to Dr. Kuffuor. I'm overwhelmed.
When you're stepping out for an occasion, what informs your decision of what to wear?
It is one, what makes me happy, because it's very important. My happiness counts. What the occasion and wherever I'm going, what is happening there, that's what made me put on what I want to put on. Well,
have you? I'm sure you know that a lot of people have, issues with your outlook.
Mm-hmm.
And Kitty has told them to just chillax. Once it makes you happy, he doesn't have any problem, and nobody should have a problem with it.
No, nobody even has a right to have a problem with how somebody expresses or puts their image out there. It's not your problem, it's the person's problem. So even Kitty has no right to have a problem. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah, it's people's rights. You just give people the room to express themselves. It's just that here we have too much problems and we don't care about it. We happen to care about other people's problems.
And on that note, that's it for Showbiz. I'm Noella Caranyali.
And that's it for this hour. You're updated. There is more news at myjoyonline.com. Do log on and share the stories with your contacts. Ekapimpolo there on top of that list. And my priestly ambition was cut short after I impregnated my girlfriend, Dr. Dominic Kayene, the former Deputy Attorney General, speaking to Aisha Ibrahim. You want to click on that story and feel free to share it, like I said. I'm back at 3 p.m. with The Pulse. My name is Gifty Ando Apia. I'll meet you then. Thank you for your time.